All right, so this is the last video for your quiz study guide. This one is going to be on examining some evidence of evolution about horses and trying to make a claim about the evidence. You're going to have to do one of these on whales, all right? So let's look at the question. Do fossilized bones of horses support the idea that horses evolved from a dog-sized ancestor? So what we have here is we have some horse skulls, okay? And we can tell that this is the modern horse and this is the ancient horse. So take a look at the legs and the skulls and what's happening over time. You can notice that the horse skulls are getting bigger, so are the legs. That's probably the easiest trend. If you're a little bit more detailed, you might have noticed that the actual leg bones are changing. The toes are getting a little smaller, and the metacarpal areas are extending and getting longer. And eventually, horses all the bones have morphed to the point where they have hooves and they now have long legs, right? So we're going to have to use this information and explain how it supports the idea that horses did evolve from dog-like ancestors, dog-sized ancestors. So I'm going to suggest that you use a CER, claims, evidence, and reasoning. Right? We've used these a few times this year. We're going to have to keep using them to get better at writing this school. One of the things you're going to have to do on your test is underline the academic vocabulary that you use, because you're going to have to use at least 3 academic vocabulary words. All right, maybe it's vestigial structures or homologous structures or embryology or something like that. Okay, so my claim was, yes, the fossilized horse bones do suggest that modern horses evolved from a dog-sized ancestor. That was the claim. And then I said, for evidence, I said that the older fossilized horse leg bones are smaller than the modern horse leg bones, right? And then the fossilized horse skulls have also gotten larger over time. The legs of horses are homologous structures. The leg bones are homologous because they share the same basic structure, but the structure has been modified to do a different job. Okay, so there's my academic vocabulary word that I threw in there. I underlined, you'll have to do the same kind of thing. For my reasoning, I said horse fossils suggest horses did evolve from a dog-sized ancestor. When we look at ancient horse fossils, we can see a clear transition in the size of horses over time. All this evidence does suggest that horses did evolve from a dog-like ancestor. Okay, so for what's most important for you guys to focus on here is going to be the evidence. So I'm just going to point out a few things. It was really easy to tell in the picture, right, that the skulls were getting bigger and the legs were getting bigger. And that's what I put for my evidence. I said the leg bones were smaller than in modern horses. Ancient horses had smaller legs. Right? And I said the horses' skulls have gotten larger over time. There's my evidence. Okay, and then I threw in some academic vocabulary to kind of explain. So that is the style of question that you will have to answer for the written portion of your test.